starting to feel himself on the offensive rebounds, which is something we try to avoid this game. 8 seconds. Here comes Randall. Yes, with the pull-up tray. Looking like the real-life Randall. But his prayer is not answered. Let's go. 77-62. We just have to play our game, milk the clock a little bit, sit on it, and the NBA Finals is ours. From down 2-0, tying it 2-2, and a 15-point lead with 1 quarter to go. The Knicks might have just done this thing. We'll find out when we come back. Fron. This is our go-to at the end of a shot clock. Not happening. Oh, man. And Dragic is open. Fron got to close out. That was a confident-looking shot from Dragic. Oh, my goodness. A legendary series comeback is on the line. Cade Cunningham works to his left. That one's long. Another stop for Miami. They have it down within 6. A 3 cuts it to 1 possession. Inside. Nobody picks up. Bam. Are you joking right now? Ingram. Over to Hero. I'm right there. With the touch pass. Dragic to Adebayo. Cuts it to a 1-score game. We have gotten outscored in the 4th quarter by Miami. 30-16 to keep their season alive. Knicks trying not to choke away one of the best NBA comebacks you'll ever see. It's a play for me. I'm open. It's off! No! Miami with the possession, down 1. How did that shot not fall? Ingram for 3. No! Bam! With the follow, yes! He retakes the lead for Miami. The Heat have come all the way back, outscoring us 32-16. Tibbs is not calling a timeout. Ferran from the top of the key. He's double down low. Almost gives it away. Mitch, bad shot. Very bad shot. Oh my goodness. What has happened to the Knicks? The Heat come back from down nearly 20 points in the second half to outscore us by over double of what we put up in the 4th quarter to make their 2nd straight NBA Finals and snap my 2-year consecutive streak of making the championship round. I don't even know what to say anymore, guys. Our NBA 2K21 run of this series has come to an end in heartbreaking fashion. We return to the conference finals once again here on the road to NBA 2K22 series, but this time we have revenge on our minds. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's great to have you here today, and I hope you're anticipating our return to South Beach as much as I am. Back in Season 5, Ferran and I guided an overachieving Knicks team all the way to the conference finals. It was just a case of a team getting hot at the right time. We took on the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and it seemed like our Cinderella story was about to come to an end after we dropped the first 2 games of the series. However, heading back home turned out to be the key, as the Knicks shocked the world by tying up the series 2-2, and the winner of Game 5 would clinch a trip to the finals. And as you saw in the intro, we took a 15-point lead as we entered the 4th quarter. My 3rd straight NBA Finals was in my sights, and probably the biggest win of my entire postseason career was also in my sights. Well, Miami may have blown the series lead, but unfortunately we're the ones who blew the most important lead of all. The Heat stormed back to beat us by 1, the most crushing defeat of this entire NBA series. Donovan joined us last offseason to hopefully give us that extra punch, because man, this is a monkey I need to desperately get off my back. In my final season as a Pelican, the Heat beat us in the finals. That was 2 seasons ago, and obviously that broke us up, prompting my trade to the Knicks. And now, blowing a 15-point 4th quarter lead to miss the finals, I think it's time we finally beat the Heat, as the loss last year still stings for me and Ferran. Miami has become one of the biggest rivals of my career. Let's open up today with 2 in South Beach to hopefully finally beat the Heat once and for all. It's safe to say I've been waiting on this moment for a very long time. Ever since we blew that lead last year, I thought last year was going to be the year that we finally beat the Heat. It turns out we just didn't have it in us. Let's see if this year will be the year, as it's Toppin versus Adebayo at the timeline. And the Heat will have the first possession to begin things off today. The only injury to notice on the Heat is Tyler Hero, who's dealing with a sprained ankle, and he is blocked on the first possession. Obi Toppin playing some defense. He's actually second on the team in blocks, a block and a half a game to go along with his 12 points. He's been one of the more underrated pieces on this Knicks conference finals run, as he actually grabs our first rebound as a team as well. Up ahead, me to Ferran to grab our first points as a team. What a way to start. Ferran has been unconscious from three this entire playoff run. He takes over 8 threes a game and has made 57% of his attempts, as we see Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo linking up there. We all know Adebayo turned into a beast whenever he sees our orange and blue uniforms for whatever reason. But we have Donovan Gray now, so hopefully have some more of a presence inside. But that's one thing we need to worry about moving forward, as Miami already up to 27 points. I'm without a basket, so I figure why not take it right off the inbound when Tyler Hero is napping. So far on my playoff run, 17 points, 14 assists, including a game where I set the new NBA playoff record in assists in a game last episode against the Brooklyn Nets. I'm trying to keep the facilitating up at a high level, and I hit Donnie on the lob right down Main Street. He runs and dunks it down reverse style. So we got it back under double digits, and a nice rebound there by Donovan over my former teammate Josh Hart. Extra pass to Ferran. You cannot lose track of him even for a second. Now he's starting to heat up. There's already assist number 5 for me today. So 24-30 now. Offense is coming at a little bit more of a premium. Both teams defending inside pretty well as I actually get down and dirty trying to get that loose ball. Josh Hart can't make the open 3 as we get the better of my former teammate. And you know what? I would on the offensive side as well. What a behind the back move against Hart. Going all the way. I always thought it was a little bit weird how he signed with the team that beat us in the finals after I made my departure from New Orleans. And ever since, me and him haven't really talked much. As Donovan disrupts this lob up to Bam. We got it down to 4. Let's see if I can make a nice pass here, and I do. It's Toppin going backdoor on the fast break, and we're going on a nice little run here. 34-32, we're back within a bucket as Miami's starting to struggle here down the stretch. For some reason, Adebayo trying to oop Jordan Clarkson there. Couldn't tell you what the logic behind that one is, but regardless, the lead would stick. It would stay 2 points as we head into halftime. 54-52, a nice way to really turn things around after we got outscored 27-15 in the first quarter. Ferran with 14, he's hardly missed. He also adds a steal and a block, man. He's been on a different level. Mitchell Drew off the bench with 11. It seems like we have some nice performances, even 7 and 2 from Obi. It seems like everyone's getting in on the fun except for me a little bit. Only 2 for 5 shooting. I do have 6 assists, but I do need to get myself and Donovan more involved. Only 1 for 4 shooting for Donnie G. He needs to have a big series in this one because he brings the skills to the table that we just did not have last year that would have really helped us secure that series. So moving on to the Heat, of course, Brandon Ingram with 12. No surprises there as he leads them. Kyle Lowry, my defense hasn't totally been there yet as he has 11. He's their second highest scorer. And Josh Hart is 0 for 3 from the floor. I don't mind seeing him struggle. So we're here in the second half now, 59-56. Miami up as Ferran, who's only missed 2 field goals up to this point, leaves the layup a little bit strong. And this ball barely touching the floor except for Brandon Ingram, who puts the moves on Montrezl Harrell. Gotta remember who we're playing against. You're gonna have to think back pretty far to find out when Brandon Ingram got on the Heat for all you OGs in this series. Remember when Ferran was on the Heat and he got traded to the Lakers straight up for Brandon Ingram? Yep, that's how he got there. I'm sure you guys remember that, as he then turns it over as Donnie shows Ingram how to throw a lob. 61 apiece. We got things tied back up, Toppin with 2 more big points. And Obi's actually going to be the Knicks inbounder here on this possession. Let's see what we draw up here. It's Ferran, who just takes to the top of the key as Lowry, who's been giving me some comeuppance here today, he will try to double me quick with Tyler Hero, but I'm one step ahead of the double. And there's Fran with three-pointer number 3 on the contest. 69-66, Toppin with a good look, who trying to tie it up to no avail. It's Hero to Brandon Ingram, who doubles the Miami Heat lead. All right, so Ingram's hot. He's got 19. Montrezl Harrell trying to do all he can. That might be a matchup we have to switch, as I'm sure Donnie would lock up Ingram, as Harrell wants 2 more points right back at him, and he gets them. Nicely done, Montrez. All right, so we're actually out shooting the Heat so far, which is pretty interesting. 52 to 48% respectively, as Eric Spoelstra calls a timeout. I'm going to find out what the lead is whenever I come back in. Down by 4 turns into up by a bucket. I will take it. The bench helping us out a lot in this game, especially with me a little off my game. I've had a lot of turnovers tonight, and obviously my scoring has just not been there. Miami's bringing a lot of extra pressure my way every time I drive, so it's been hard to get those layups. But this ball will stay in the hands of Mitchell Drew for the first Knicks possession of the fourth quarter, rather. And Mitchell Drew coming off the bench, my former college teammate, who's averaged 5.5 points on this playoff series, making a big bucket, increasing a lead to 6 as he then checks out for Ferran, who will try to do the same. He's going to pound the rock at the top of the key. Skip pass to me. I need this one really bad to try to turn things around. All right. Like I said, a lot of turnovers today, and I'm only shooting 4 for 9. Yeah, that's only 9 points, 8 assists, and now 6 turnovers I sit at. I haven't shown a lot of clips of my turnovers, but Miami's just been covering me with multiple people every time I try to drive the lane. And it's been really hard trying to decipher this defense. And now look at this right here. This is my 5th personal foul. Jimmy Butler, the hedge man, off this pick and roll. He flops. He sells this to the refs. And that's my 5th personal foul. Come on. In a playoff game? Well, I'm only going to have 1 more until I'm disqualified. I'm going to have to play things very safe here as we try to hold on to the 7-point lead, with the game clock showing 4 minutes to play. 8 seconds on this possession. And backdoor inside. It's Bam, who's blocked by Obi Toppin. Donovan clears as Toppin blocks his 3rd shot of the game. And look at this. They're bringing 2 guys like they have all day long. But Toppin will move to the right wing. And he hits 3 more. I wanted him to make that extra pass to Donnie at the top of the key. But Toppin, man, he's had quite the game 1, hasn't he? All right, so now we're up by 10, feeling a little bit better about things today. Donnie sends back Butler now. Up ahead, it's Ferran. Touch pass to Toppin for 2 more big ones. What has gotten into the Knicks in this 4th quarter? Miami is struggling to even break 90, and we are looking good as we finally enter the driver's seat, as Obi Toppin continues a stellar game 1. Highlight play after highlight play. That block shot a couple minutes ago on Bam was ridiculous. And I feel like he might be matching up a lot better than Mitchell Robinson did a year ago against Bam. So now 12-point lead. Good defense here on Kyle Lowry. But they call a whistle on me? That's my 6th foul. Oh my goodness. I just cannot catch a break tonight, can I? Well, game 1 is going to end pretty short for me after this questionable call. Can't really see what the rationale was behind this one, but all right, well, not often you see me foul out of a game. I'm pretty disciplined on defense, but this is going to be that rare case where I hit the bench a little bit early. I cannot believe that's my 6th foul. But Miami would make things a little bit interesting here. 7-point game with only seconds left to play, but Donnie will find my replacement, Emmanuel, quickly, as that will be the nail in the coffin. All right, so we take game 1 in South Beach to go up 1-0. Already doing better than we did last year when we went down 2 games. Nah, we come out and we make a statement. 106-98 is your final. A great defensive game from everybody involved. Well, honestly, everybody involved except for probably me. This was far from my best game, and this was just a constant reminder of basketball as a team game, and I'm very glad I had these guys who had my back. I mean, we had Toppin, who had a career night. Ferran did what Ferran normally does, and Donnie with a double-double with 4 blocks. But I had 9, 9, and 8 turnovers and barely made a dent on the offensive side. And on the other side of things, Kyle Lowry dropping 20 on me as the Heat's top scorer. Yeah, this was a very rough game 1 for me personally, but I can't think about it like that because at the end of the day, we got the dub and I'm happy. But I just got to turn it around for game 2 as we take a look at the other side of the bracket, as Dallas and Golden State will be the 2 representatives from the Western Conference in their semifinals to try to make the finals, as Deshaun and his Dallas Mavericks are coming off a pretty close series against the Pelicans, and the Warriors upset the Suns, and in the closeout game they blew them out of the water with Julius Randle. Obviously he went there after the front court got a little over congested here in New York. He drops 35, 10, and 5 in the closeout game as the Golden State Warriors look to make some more noise like they are in real life. They are the 7th seed, but with how hot they've been, we'll see if they can hang with Deshaun and these Dallas Mavericks who won 71 games in the regular season. Yeah, game 1 was not too fruitful for them. 135 to 105 with Chris Stapps, who's dealing with a broken nose right now, dropping 24. Deshaun adding 16 of his own as my hometown buddy is one more win away from making his 2nd straight NBA Finals, and as he tries to secure his 2nd straight ring. All right, everybody, welcome to game 2 in American Airlines Arena. I know it's not called that anymore, but I'm still going to call it that. American Airlines Arena already up on their feet chanting defense. Jimmy Butler's on me, which means there's got to be a mismatch somewhere else. And it will be Donnie G on top of Kyle Lowry to get us on the board here in game 2. It would be quite the feat if we could go up 2 games and only need 1 more to clinch this series heading into the next episode. That would be something for sure. But Brandon Ingram, who already has the first 2 points of the game, makes it the first 5 as it's 5 unanswered for Ingram, who's averaged 17.5 points and 54% shooting here in the playoffs for the first-ranked Heat. And look at this. It's another bucket, this time with a foul on top of my teammate Montrezl Harrell. And Brandon Ingram is getting hot right now. And it's pretty funny. I mean, Ingram and Butler are the ones kind of killing us in this series so far. But Bam Adebayo was a little bit quiet there in game 1 as I'm curling off the screen. I really need something to fall for me. And yes, that one will be pocketed. And that will cut the lead in half. Not only did I need that one to get my bearings a little bit, but I think the team needed that one as well. Really slow start for us here in game 2. Kyle Lowry now has it taken away by Donovan Gray. Bounce pass. It's Ferran. Such a tough 3-pointer. But he has mastered those. Ferran has. When you don't have the ball in your hands and you run up the floor that quick, it's hard to have your center of gravity right for whenever you set your feet and take that jump shot. But Ferran, it doesn't bother him at all, which is kind of crazy. And on this possession, I make the pass of the episode. I really needed a flashy assist because I did have a couple nice ones last episode, but nothing too out of the ordinary. And with how much I struggled game 1 with 8 turnovers, finding Boban on this beautiful dime is just what the doctor ordered, as now I'm up to 4 points and 2 assists here in the first quarter, and we're down by 4 as Ferran finds me. Jordan Clarkson a little out of position, and this time it's a little bit strong. I found myself having plenty of headache trying to score inside the post last time around in game 1, but how about the backdoor feed with the lob? Eric Pascal the Rascal to Ferran as we head into the second quarter of action. 30-24, Miami on top as Tyler Hero checks back in, and he's actually not injured anymore. The injury icon is gone as Donnie G with some range on that one. It's already my 4th assist as we dwindle the second quarter down to 7 minutes to play. 6 points Miami lead. It's Ingram who's starting to cool off a little bit. This one's cleared by Donnie. As you see, he's hot on both sides of the floor right now as he tries to find me. I've been struggling again a little bit today, so why not get back to the basics? Nice up and under move on Tyler Hero. There's points 5 and 6, but as you see, 3 of 8 shooting. I gotta find some easy looks. Even when I do score, Miami making it very tough on me, so something to keep in mind moving forward. Down by 6. Look at this backdoor feed inside of Montrezl Harrell. That was a beautiful pass. What a look this one was, as it's another highlight reel dime. And you see my former teammate Josh Hart was the closest to it. He knows my tendencies. We played a good 4 years in New Orleans together. but to no avail, he could not knock it away. So that's another awesome assist as I check out for the rest of the first half of action. And Miami would add another one to their lead. They were up by 5 when I checked out, now up by 6 as we head into the locker room, trying to go up 2-0. That would be an awesome feat indeed. So Donovan this time is our leading scorer with 11 and 8. And Ferran a little bit more quiet today. It's been all Donnie G with me adding 8 and 5 myself, but 4 for 11 shooting. I've been well above 50% this entire playoff series, or rather the entire playoff run. So definitely Miami, out of any team giving me the most issues, has Obi Toppin coming back down to earth a little bit, only with 1 bucket so far. Brandon Ingram started out really hot, but ever since he scored the first 7 points of the game, he's only had 2 buckets to show for it since. Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry have been completely neutralized by me and Ferran. They combined for 0 of 8 shooting, as I'm going to see how long I can try to pitch a shutout against Kyle Lowry. This has been a much better game for me. I don't mind the 4 for 11 shooting. If I'm dishing the rock like this and holding Kyle Lowry to a goose egg, I'll take it every day of the week. As Ferran, nice quick hitter right out of the gate, as there is his second 3 of the contest. Ferran has averaged an even 30 points per game on the playoff series, rather the entire playoff run so far for the Knicks. He averaged 22 in the regular season as Kyle Lowry curls off this screen. And look at this, he gets me with the up fake and a little bit of a questionable call. I mean, he had a couple questionable calls go against me last game on Lowry to foul me out. But unfortunately, I'm pitching a shutout no longer. Kyle Lowry finally gets on the board after 2.5 quarters. So we're still down by 9. I mean, I'm doing my part, but so far we're just not stepping up on the defensive side of the floor. But a nice bounce pass inside to Donovan. He gets hacked on the layup. Obviously, I just think that's funny. I mean, no whistle for him, but Kyle Lowry gets a whistle to break the 0. So don't really know what's going up with some of the officiating in this series so far, as Jordan Clarkson does a good job defending the floater attempt by yours truly, but I still get it up and in. And now our offense is starting to finally turn around. We're up above 60% here in the third quarter as a team. When I check out, we've given ourselves a chance. We're down by 8 with the final quarter of play ready to get underway. Here we go. Can we go up 2-0 here as we still try to seek revenge for all of the mean losses we've taken to the Miami Heat over the years? Tyler Hero will begin the fourth quarter inside the paint, and Obi Toppin sends back another one. The skip pass as we continue to run the break seamlessly tonight. It's Ferran cutting it back to a 5-point game as I near a double-double for the first time in this series. So now we're setting up once again a curl-off screen, this time for Harrell, as him and Donnie combined for 2 nice screens. I had a lane, but I'll be unselfish. I'll give it up to Obi Toppin. It's yet another assist, as here in the second half he's looked like a completely different player. He only had 1 bucket in the first half, but Toppin, he's helping us out a lot. And so is Ferran, as his 4-3 of the ball game goes at a perfect time. It is an 8-0 Knicks run as we find ourselves right back into the swing of things. 6 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter of action. 84-81, South Beach on top as Kyle Lowry gets caught napping off of the curl screen. I flash right to the paint. Great vision by Donnie finding me, as I've gotten a double-double, and here's my second rebound on top of a pretty complete performance tonight. Really doing a good job turning things around after my awful game 1. But look at this. How can you leave Donnie open for 3s, turning his back before the ball even hits the bottom of the net? 86 apiece as we dwindle the clock down to under 4 to play now, as Miami once again takes the lead. Are we going to have another 3 in us? Well, it's going to be Ferran, open from 15 feet, but somehow he smokes the easy J. So Miami rushing the ball up the other direction, but Ferran makes up for the 15-foot jumper he missed by coming out of nowhere and committing one of the most heads-up defensive plays I've personally ever seen. Bam Adebayo killed us last year with the lobs, but this time this one's disrupted once again, and then the inbounds pass is stolen by Obi. Ferran wants to make up for it. He's fouled on the other basket. What a sequence for number 1. Him and Bam Adebayo, former teammates who have won a ring together, getting into it. Things getting a little bit intense here, perhaps a little chippy. Perhaps Bam's a little bit frustrated. He's not having nearly the same success as he did last year. But Ferran, who's up near 90% from the charity stripe in the regular season, no problems this time around. Back down to a 1-point game, but it would swell back to 4 as 1:40 remains left on the clock. Starters check back in for the Heat with the exception of Thad Young. He's actually getting some minutes in favor of Brandon Ingram, but Jimmy Butler chokes the ball away. And it's Ferran, this time from 15 feet. This is the left elbow. He's not missing this time around. Thad Young actually plays 23 minutes a game on this team. They traded Duncan Robinson for him last year for some more front court depth, as here he is with the ball on the right wing. 1:14 remaining here in game 2. It's Jimmy Butler who's trapped again. Donnie up to me, and with the offhand, I'll try to tie it, and I do successfully. 20 points for number 20. 94-94. It's a fresh new ball game with 60 ticks left here in the game. Jimmy Butler trying to slow down the tempo a little bit, but it's Kyle Lowry who takes another bad shot. I've had him frustrated all night long. Donovan to Obi. This one a little bit out of his range and perhaps a little bit too quick for our liking. Toppin forces it there as Jimmy looks for some assistance. No, he's going to take it himself on Toppin, but then he gives it away. It's Donovan all the way, and now he leaves it too strong. A crazy sequence here at the end of game 2 as one of these teams is going a million miles an hour, just trying to break the tie. Jimmy, now he'll try it on top of Montrezl Harrell as South Beach takes the lead. As a timeout coming at a perfect time. That was just a crazy sequence. I think we need a second to get our bearings and talk it over because, yeah, that was a very heart-stopping sequence right there. But we'll have the ball on our half of the floor with 21 seconds left. 2 to tie, 3 to take the lead. As Ferran, the quick hitter we always seem to run for him, is not open. Our secondary option, it'll be me and Donovan on a pick and roll. I try to drop it down to him. Everybody inside. It's Toppin with 10 seconds left, and he leaves it too long. Oh man, what a great look for Toppin to take the lead. That looked pretty improvised to me, as the first option for Ron was not available. Me and Donovan a pick and roll, but everybody collapsed on us two. And with 10 to shoot, Toppin was wide open. But as you can see, right out of his hand, not the most confident release you'll ever see. As Toppin did look a little bit better in the second half, but maybe not quite there to take the game-winning shots. As you see the body language, he wants this one back bad. So now Tyler Hero will step to the line to try to finally extinguish any chance we have at coming back and taking game 2. This was a crazy fourth quarter comeback that may fall short if the former Kentucky Wildcat can knock down 2 free throws, but he gets the front end. Let's see if number 2 will go as well. Tyler Hero trying to be the hero. This one is good, as Miami makes it 2 possessions with only a couple seconds left to spare. Too little, too late for the New York Knicks here in game 2. 197 is your final. As we head back to Madison Square Garden next episode, split 1-1. This game 2 for me personally was kind of the inverse of game 1. I played absolutely horrible game 1, but we were able to come together and get the win. This time around, this was a vintage J Fitz game. 20 and 12, only 3 turnovers, making half my shots. But unfortunately, we just didn't have it down the stretch. I mean, I don't really know what happened. Both teams kind of rushed it there at the end, and we both kind of succumbed to the pressure a little bit. But I don't think we got enough production from our bench tonight. I think that was the biggest difference. And inside, Obi Toppin could not replicate his awesome game 1. On the other side of things, I completely smoked Kyle Lowry. He shot 2 for 15 tonight with 11 points. But Bam Adebayo had a really good fourth quarter there to really keep us off our game. And Brandon Ingram, he really slowed down after that hot start. So some things to like, but some things to really get ironed out before the Miami Heat come to town next episode. 1-1, season 6 playoffs getting pretty intense here as we continue to wind down this series. We're gonna go until we win a ring. That could be this year, that could be 3 years from now, who knows? So we'll see, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about the team, especially since we were able to take game 1 that convincingly. But game 2, we didn't really play all that well, and we still weren't it the entire way. So hopefully that'll change. We all know how tough we've been to deal with at home so far in this playoff run. So hopefully we can continue to look unbeatable as Miami comes to town. So I appreciate you guys stopping by the channel today. Hope you enjoyed episode number 93 of the Road to NBA 2K22 series here on College Sports Revived. The next time you see me, we'll be hosting Miami Heat for games 3 and 4. And you guys know the deal. We win 2 in that episode, we move on. We split, we go to a live stream. And if we lose both games next episode, that'll be it for season 6 and for the series for the time being. So a lot riding on the next episode. Hope to see you guys there. This is College Sports Revived signing out. Peace, everybody. Appreciate you guys stopping by today.